What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and this video is going to be dedicated to the brand new character Dr. Voodoo. Now, Dr. Voodoo has just been released in Marvel Avengers Alliance, and he costs 90 command points. Most importantly, you don't have to do any tasks to recruit him. He's already unlocked and ready to purchase. First things first, Dr. Voodoo is a blaster, and he has a passive ability that grants all allies magic warding. This is applied at the start of battle. Now let's take a look at his abilities. His level 1 is the Terran or Terran attack spell. It hits one enemy, places Bane, and Soulfire on them. So that's pretty good. Placing Soulfire on an enemy of course helps out, because not only is it damage over time, it also removes beneficial status effects. His level 2 has deadly crits and exploit attrition, but it also heals all allies. So once again, this could be a pretty big hitting ability, and the fact that it heals everyone is pretty amazing. But his level 6 is where it really gets interesting. You go ahead and click it because it's a multi-function ability. The first function is Doom Curse. It's subtle and it causes doom, so it deals a heavy amount of damage to target's current health when removed by duration or removal effects. Next is Daniel Drum. It's a psychic attack that hits all enemies, causes impaired, drains their stamina, and restores stamina to all party members. Now, just placing impaired on all the enemies alone is really helpful. His third function is called Bodun Crows. It hits all enemies, it's a summon attack, and it causes Dark Void and Death Frost. So those are two pretty nasty debuffs that are going to tick off damage every turn, and they also lower things like accuracy and evasion. But the last function is really interesting. It's Spirit Possession. It's a psychic attack, and it has something called full round action. So this action cannot be used in the same round another action has been used. But what it's going to do is it's going to cause Possessed. There is a 70% chance that this psychic effect will cause the target to immediately attack an ally. Then it says cannot use any action besides recharge on the next turn. And then that last part I assume places phased on Dr. Voodoo. So he'll avoid all attacks except magic and psychic. They'll increase damage, but it's removed after attacking, and he cannot protect allies. So that right there is one of the most interesting abilities I've ever seen in the game. And I believe that multifunction works much like the cube, in that it looks like a new ability comes off cooldown each round. Then his final ability has Malkaldine's Spell of Binding, so the target ally is granted an extra turn for each remaining ally, and all other allies are fatigued. Now unfortunately this does have a 3-round cooldown that starts cooled down, but I think it would be great with any hero that needs to set themselves up, so let's say Deadpool or someone like that, or it could even work with your agent. I just think this could be a really powerful ability. Imagine Havoc with a Relentless ISO doing 3 of his level 2s in a row. But anyways, let's go ahead and recruit this character and take a look at his animation and recruitment dialogue. Right after this, I will show you his sprite and him in action at level 1. And I'm actually going to go ahead and team him up with Doctor Strange. It just makes sense since they both have doctors in their name. On top of that, of course, they are magic users. And Dr. Voodoo's level 1 is going to place Bane on the opponent. That'll help out Doctor Strange, as well as any magic user, or any gear that you have that depends on magic, like the Mystic. Alright, so here we are in battle, and you can see Dr. Voodoo looks pretty good, but I think he looks kind of small, so they may want to resize his sprite. I don't know, let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. But anyways, the first thing we saw was him casting that magic warding. So that does go on your entire team at the start of combat. With Modern Strange, we ended up using his Vapors first, so we placed Dark Void on the enemies. With my agent, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Horn of Wisdom, so that's going to increase the stats on Dr. Voodoo, as well as the rest of the team. Unfortunately, with Dr. Voodoo, we're only going to get to use his level 1, but I will definitely level him as fast as possible, that way I can show all of his abilities, including that level 6 multifunction one. But here goes his attack spell. It's going to cause Bane and Soulfire, and it does an okay amount of damage. What you have to remember is he doesn't have any ISO equipped or anything like that yet. And I can't wait until I get him to level 4. That way I can try him out with the Resonant and Powered ISO 8. And that grants him Sympathy, so magic abilities grant a small HP boost. Also, with him being a blaster, he could use the Explosive Empowered ISO 8, or the Persisting Empowered ISO 8, or even the Unavoidable Empowered. And I imagine these are all pretty good choices with him. But that's a little ways off into the future, so we'll think about that bridge when we come to it. Now, with Doctor Strange, you can see that magic warding. I know it did flash pretty quick across the screen, but what it does, if you didn't know, is makes you immune to harmful magic effects, and also reduces the damage from magic attacks. So that passive could come in really handy, and that'll work in PvE as well as PvP. Now on my agent's turn, we do have the Algrim's Rage off of cooldown, so we're going to use that to finish the bottom Ice Shaper, and hurt the top one as well. Next we're going to get one more attack with Dr. Voodoo, and then Doctor Strange should finish the battle. And I really just can't get over the fact that Dr. Voodoo looks too small on the screen. I really think they need to increase his size. And I just checked to see whether or not maybe he's a midget in real life, or well, in the comic books, and it says he's actually 6 foot and 220 pounds, so he should definitely be bigger. But other than that, I think he looks pretty phenomenal, so hopefully they change his size, and then I'll be pretty happy with the character. But that's going to be it for our very first look at Dr. Voodoo. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I want to thank you all for watching. Lastly, if you don't mind, please like, comment, and subscribe.